You know that moment, right? You meet someone new and inevitably that question comes up. So what do you do?
Oh, yeah? It hangs there.
It does, and it feels like such a simple thing, but it can instantly sort of place you, can't it? Put you in a box.
Definitely. A hierarchy almost, based on your job title.
Exactly. So today we're doing a deep dive into why that question and maybe the judgment behind it points to something bigger. This feeling that, an ordinary life just isn't quite cutting it anymore.
Like it's not enough.
Yeah. We're looking at some really interesting ideas from Elaine de Botton from a video on the Fight Mediocrity channel, actually, trying to get under the skin of these pressures around achievement.
And maybe figure out what a good life, a fulfilling life could actually look like for you, the listener.
Right. So where do we start? This idea of modern snobbery is pretty striking.
It really is. The video makes this point that judgment used to be about like your family background, your lineage.
Well, your parents were, yeah.
Exactly. But now it's shifted. It's mostly about your job, how much you earn. Your profession becomes the main way people size you up.
It's like your job title is shorthand for your entire worth.
Well,
it's the new kind of snobbery, as you said.
And Botton defines a snob as someone who just takes one tiny part of your job, usually, and makes this massive judgment about everything else.
It's so reductive when you put it like that, isn't it?
Totally. And if you dig into why people do this or why we chase status, the video suggests something interesting. It argues that chasing wealth, chasing material stuff, it might not actually be about the stuff itself.
Oh, what's it about then?
Often, it seems, it's a proxy. It's standing in for something deeper, like wanting respect, wanting validation, maybe even wanting love.
Huh. So the person driving the super flashy car.
Yeah, the Ferrari example in the video. It suggests maybe that person has this really intense need for connection, for love, that isn't being met in other ways.
Wow. That changes how you see ambition, doesn't it? Makes it seem more vulnerable.
It can, yeah. And flipping that, the video also mentions, a child who doesn't have ambitions to be famous.
Yeah.
That might actually be a sign they feel pretty content, pretty secure already.
That's a nice thought. But okay, this connects to another big idea, this sort of dangerous American idea.
Ah, yes. The belief that anyone can achieve anything.
It sounds so positive on the surface, right? So aspirational.
It does. But the video argues it has a dark side. Because if you truly believe anyone can reach the absolute top,
then if you don't reach some extraordinary height, it feels like your fault.
Exactly. It breeds this potential for massive inadequacy, humiliation even, because the reality, statistically, is that most people won't achieve that kind of, stratospheric success.
It's a real paradox. The video points out, kind of amusingly, those bookstore shelves.
Right, the self-help section.
Yeah. You've got books on how to become a millionaire super fast, sitting right next to books on how to cope with low self-esteem.
It's like we set this impossibly high bar and then immediately offer help for the inevitable feeling of failure when most people don't clear it.
Because the truth is, the vast majority of us, statistically speaking, are going to lead what you'd call an ordinary life.
And that leads right into the next point, this torture of an unsatisfactory ordinary.
Okay, unpack that, because materially, an ordinary life today is often pretty comfortable, right?
Absolutely. The video acknowledges that.
Yeah.
Having a decent car, regular baths or showers, a roof over your head, enough food. These are things that were luxuries not that long ago.
Huge achievements, historically speaking.
For sure. But as the video puts it, we've kind of put a snake in the grass.
Ooh, I like that phrase. What's the snake?
The snake is this societal message that even if your material life is comfortable, it's somehow psychologically not good enough.
The pressure to be more.
Yeah, to be extraordinary, like, the next Mark Zuckerberg or whoever. And that creates this internal torture almost.
Where the most likely outcome, a perfectly decent, ordinary life, starts to feel like a failure, a humiliation.
Precisely. And the video calls it a kind of insanity to view the most probable human life as something deeply shameful.
That really hits home. So are there other ways to look at this? Other societies?
Well, the video brings up Denmark as an interesting counterexample.
Yeah.
A society that seems to have maybe made more peace with the ordinary.
How so?
The idea presented is that they focus on making the ordinary high quality for everyone. Now, the video uses the term loser, ironically, here.
Okay, important qualifier.
Very important. It's not meant literally. It's used to mean basically the 99% people who will experience failure in some conventional sense or just live average lives. So things like schools for losers or trains for losers.
Again, used ironically.
It means they focus on having really good schools and really good public transport for everybody, acknowledging that most people won't be CEOs or famous artists. They build a high-quality baseline
So instead of just focusing on the peak, they strengthen the whole foundation, accepting ordinariness as the norm, maybe?
Something like that.
Yeah.
And that perspective, that acceptance, might act as a buffer against some of the dangers of, well, unchecked ambition.
Because ambition isn't inherently bad, is it?
No, not at all. The video is clear on that. Some ambition is healthy, drives progress. But the danger, the video argues, is when the pressure becomes so immense.
That feeling inadequate becomes the default.
Yes, and that constant pressure, that fear of being ordinary, can have really serious consequences for mental well-being. The video links it to anxiety, depression.
And even, tragically, to suicide in some cases. That pressure to have a stellar life can be crushing.
It's a sobering thought, connecting this cultural pressure to the mental health crisis we seem to be experiencing.
And it connects to another tricky concept, too, doesn't it? Meritocracy.
Right. The idea that people get what they deserve based on talent and effort.
Which, again, sounds fair on the surface. Work hard, be smart,
But the video points out the dark side. If you believe really strongly that society is perfectly meritocratic,
Then what do you think of people who aren't successful?
you might start to think they deserve their situation. The video contrasts calling someone unfortunate, acknowledging circumstances, bad luck maybe with calling them a loser.
Unfortunate implies external factors. Loser implies an internal failing.
Exactly. It's a much harsher judgment, more punitive, less compassionate. It reinforces that idea that being ordinary isn't just okay, it's actually bad, something to be condemned.
It feels like we're constantly bombarded with be a winner, strive for more messages anyway.
We really are. And the video argues maybe we don't need more of that. Maybe that message is already doing harm.
So what's the alternative message? What do we need instead?
Something much simpler, perhaps. The video suggests a counter message like, you're okay.
Okay.
Yeah. It's okay to fail sometimes. It's okay to be ordinary. It's okay not to know everything. It's about acceptance.
And redefining things, like joy.
Definitely. Redefining joy not as constant peak experiences, but finding it in, the everyday stuff. A drink with a friend, sharing a decent meal, just a quiet, peaceful day. Simple things.
Things that are actually achievable for most people most of the time.
Right. And redefining love, too, not as finding some perfect, flawless soulmate, but as imperfect acceptance, understanding each other, flaws and all, in relationships.
It sounds like embracing the reality of the ordinary life, accepting that this is the life most people will lead and that it can be and should be considered good.
That's the core of it, I think. This constant pressure to be extraordinary can actually be really damaging to our well-being. But if we can shift our perspective,
Redefine what a good life means, find value in the everyday.
we can maybe find more contentment, more peace, lessen that internal torture.
It makes a lot of sense. So, wrapping this up, the key takeaway seems to be that the societal obsession with being extraordinary can be pretty harmful.
Yeah, learning to appreciate, even celebrate the ordinary might be crucial for our collective mental health.
Okay, so here's a final thought. How could you ordinary life fulfilling? What if we all started to define good enough?